Lahat ng inaabangan ng mga Janriel Casimero fans ay mangyayari na. In one of the more recent posts of Cuadro Alas, It's My Boy, it shows a video of them meeting with TBP or Treasure Boxing Promotions head boss or head honcho Masayuki Ito, and then what appears to be a contract signing for a possible fight. Based on our recent interview with Coach Jason Casimero, sinabi nga niya, di ba, nag-hint nga siya na baka may laban sila this September, and it caught a lot of mixed reactions because for the longest time, lagi tayong binibitin, lagi tayong medyo they kept teasing about getting into this fight. Buti na lang din, nakausap natin si Coach Jason, and he was able to clarify a lot of the things that happened behind the scenes. Dahil tulad nga rin ng marami nangyayari, there's always the business side and the political side of the boxing game, and pinakita at kunento sa atin ni Coach Jason yung mga, yun nga, di ba, meron nga raw humaharang, the recent developments, kahit nasabihin na nilang October yung laban, di ba, pero still, nagkaroon ng laban, so from the original September date, it's now October, but still, we're still getting that October fight. And it's very exciting kasi ngayon, talagang legit na, di ba? So may kontrata na, may agreement na, may kalaban na. We have a clear name in Saul Sanchez. When you talk about the Saul Sanchez versus Janriel Casimero fight, it is still a very, very interesting fight in terms of how Sanchez would want to derail yung hype around Janriel Casimero. Sa side naman ni Casimero, it's how he will perform considering na mahaba yung layoff niya. May pros and cons yung mga ganyang bagay. After the fight was announced, Treasure Boxing Promotion released the poster, which was a really, really good poster. The main poster says Treasure Boxing Promotion number 7. It will happen on October 13, 2024. It headlines Janriel Casimero versus Saul Sanchez, and it will happen at a super bantamweight division for 10 rounds. The two main undercards that were highlighted in this fight poster is Vince Paras, our very own Vince Paras, versus Hiroto Kyoguchi. And interestingly, there is a fight between Yukinori Oguni versus Philippos Nitumbua. Now, if you remember, these two are former Casimero opponents. So, two former Casimero opponents are gonna be in the same card as Janriel Casimero versus Saul Sanchez. Believe it or not, may fan base si Janriel Casimero sa Japan. And yun nga, the heated rivalry, the ongoing rivalry, or whatever you want to call it, between pitting the name of Janriel Casimero versus Naoya Inoue, mangyayari ba talaga yung laban na yun? Pag nanalo ba si Janriel, is he taking a step forward towards a possible showdown with Naoya Inoue, or is Team Inoue not really interested sa laban Janriel Casimero? Kasi nga, syempre, medyo wala siyang leverage sa situation niya ngayon. However, tulad nga rin ng sinabi ni Coach Jason dun sa interview namin sa kanya, na ilalagay na lang natin dito sa description para magkaroon kayo ng full context. Depende rin talaga on who are you going to talk to. As long as you talk to the right people, meron kang tamang contacts, pwede talagang mangyari yung laban na yan. So ngayon, let's do like a very short fight breakdown or fight preview, as you may call it. Yes. So Saul Sanchez has a record of 21 wins and 3 losses. 12 wins via way of knockout. So that's more than a 50% chance of knocking out his opponents. He's 27 years of age. As far as I know, he's a Mexican, but he is living in the United States. Let's go back to his previous fights. So let's go 2022. So at 2022, June 17, 2022, he lost via split decision against Eros Correa. He won via KO against Franklin Gonzalez. June 14, 2023. So after a year, so he took a year off, came back June 2023. He won that fight via knockout, and then he fought Filipino RV Deniega, and he won that fight via unanimous decision. So he fought twice during 2023, one in August and one in October. So medyo magkadikit, probably took a break and then went back to camp. 2024, he fought January 13, 2024 against Jason Maloney for the WBO World Bantamweight Championship belt. He lost that one via majority decision. However, I was able to watch that fight. That was a very close fight. As in, the exchanges were good. Fighting at short and mid-range, Jason Maloney just did enough para maka-eke out ng decision na yun. And then, he fought 6 months after against Arthur Villanueva. He won that fight via unanimous decision. And then, October, he's going to fight Jandriel Casimero in Japan. So so July 12, so August, September, October, he is going to fight Jandriel in 3 months' time. So pagkatapos nung laban niya kay Arthur Villanueva, medyo nagpahinga lang yan ng konti and then he went straight back to camp. He went back to training and now he's preparing for another fight. Now, ano yung mga posibleng consequences or repercussions nito? Ito yung mga pros and cons pagdating sa mga ganyan bagay. So syempre, if you're an active fighter, gusto mo lagi kang lumalaban. A good 2 to 3 times a year is the ideal. 2 times a year is very good. Kasi, ibig sabihin, nagkakaroon ka ng oras na makapagpahinga, nagkakaroon ka ng oras to rest your body and recover, tapos sabak uli. For this one, personally, this is probably an 8-rounder or a 10th rounder. Siguro, mga 8 or 10 rounds lang tong laban niya kay Arthur Villanueva. Pero either way, that fight went the full route. So, syempre, yung wear and tear sa katawan mo nun. Tapos, nagpahinga ka, then you went back to camp, magpipik ka uli, tapos magwo-weight cut ka uli. Ang pwedeng epekto nun sa katawan mo is medyo tagtag pa siya, medyo pagod pa siya. So, hindi natin alam din kung ano ba yung rate of recovery ni Saul Sanchez. Speculating na mabilis ang recovery niya kasi bata pa to 27 years old. Yung pace niya kaya pang umabot. Pero syempre, watching yung style ni Saul Sanchez, mahilig siyang makipagsabayan, which is also one of the reasons why he's a tailor-fit na kalaban for Jandriel. Kasi si Jandriel, hindi rin naman natatakot na makipagsabayan. So, yun yung isa sa mga indicators na it's going to be a very interesting and entertaining fight. Isa sa mga cons na nakikita ko, tulad ng sinabi ko kanina, pag masyadong dikit yung mga laban, hindi nakakapagpahinga yung katawan mo, medyo performance mo maapektuhan. So, we'll see. Let's hop on to the flip side, our very own Jandriel Casimero. Casimero is 35 years old. He has 33 wins and 4 losses. 33 wins, 22 wins via way of knockout, and he's only lost via knockout once. Jandriel is around 37, 38 years old, and he has a 66% knockout rate. So medyo, syempre, mas mataas yung knockout rate ni Jandriel. Ngayon, sa lahat ng mga naiinis kay Jandriel, tignan pa rin natin. Let's go by the numbers. Let's go by the data. Technically, kaya rin mataas yung ranking ni Jandriel Casimero sa mga governing bodies kasi when you look at his record, yan, just go to BoxRec. Tignan niyo yung record ni Jandriel. Yung pinakahuling talo ni Jandriel Casimero was 2017 against Jonas Sultan. He lost via unanimous decision. So decision loss, and then afterwards, he won the next 9 bouts. So bilangin ko ulit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So technically speaking, he is on a 9-fight winning streak. He won via TKO against Jose Peck. Then he won via TKO versus Kenya Yamashita. Then Ricardo Franco won via knockout. Cesar Lora, knockout. Zolani Tete, TKO. Duke Maika, TKO. Rigondo, split decision. Then the Rio Akaho, which is the more controversial one. Kasi it's his latest fight. It was his return fight at 2022. Medyo magulo yung nangyari dito. It was initially a no contest, then it was ruled, it was overturned into a KO victory for Jandriel Casimero. So, puro knockout at TKO victory si Jandriel. So ngayon, that definitely affects his rankings in a very positive way. His last fight dito sa Okada, what do you call this, was a unanimous decision win versus Philippus Nitumboa. And then, he fought Yukinori Oguni in Japan. Then it was declared a technical draw. This was one of the yung na headbutt. Then they had to stop the fight. So that happened October of 2023. So since October 2023 up until now, Jandriel hasn't been active in the fight scene. So if we're talking about his last fight being October 12, lalaban siya sa October 13. So, he's been out of the ring for almost a year. Pros and cons ng mga ganong klaseng, yung ganong kahabang break sa isang fighter. Syempre, hindi rin natin alam or hindi rin malinaw sa atin kung ano ba yung nangyayari sa camp ni Jandriel during those entire that entire year. Syempre, ang nakikita lang naman natin will be based on yung mga pinopost niya sa social media. Pero tulad nga rin na sinasabi ko sa inyo, hindi naman porket pinost sa social media, yun na yung totoo. Pwedeng pahapyaw lang or pwedeng yun talaga yung nangyayari. Hindi naman natin alam. Let's go with the cons muna. Yung cons, syempre, long layoff, ring rust is real. Yan ang pinaka magiging kalaban ni Janriel, yung rhythm niya sa loob ng ring. And then of course, dahil matagal kang nawala, kailangan mong bumalik sa pag-iensayo na maayos. Magkaiba yung regular na ensayo sa fight camp na ensayo. And then syempre, yung weight cutting process uli. At 38 years old, kailangan dito natin makikita gaano ba kadali or kahirap ngayon yung adjustment ng weight cut sa katawan ni Janriel. Tulad din ng huling interview natin with Coach Jason, parang steady pace sila ngayon. Diba? Hindi nila minamadali, and which is a good timeline for them. October is actually a very good timeline for them. So, hindi nila mamadaliin yung pagbaba ng timbang ni Tata. So, sakto lang din. For me, sakto lang din yung October. Another thing that they have to worry about is hindi naging active for 1 year sa loob ng ring si Janriel, yung timing niya, yung performance niya, yung ability niya to handle pressure, yung ability niya na, ang tawag dito, yung ability niya to handle the bright lights. So, we'll see how he will deal with that. And, syempre, di ba, Team Pilipinas tayo. Gusto natin. Maganda yung todo suporta tayo kay Janriel niyan. Now, for the pros, yung good effects din nung 1 year layoff. Number one, kung meron man siyang injury na hindi natin alam or he divulged it somewhere, sigurado yung year na yon naka-recover siya from those injuries. Wala naman lumalaban ng 100% na fighter. Lahat yan, merong mga iniinda, meron yung mga tinitiis, pero dahil nga masyadong mataas yung at stake, itutuloy nila yung laban. Definitely, he was able to rest, he was able to recover, considering na he was very active in the previous years. His body was able to rest and recover. Pag jumpstart mo uli dun sa training camp mo, medyo nag-heal yung katawan mo, nag-heal yung mga joints mo, naka-recover yung muscle mo. So, that is actually a good thing. Lalo na nung, syempre hindi ko rin alam kung ano yung weight cutting methods nila. So, kung ano man yung suffering na nakuha ng katawan niya during those brutal weight cuts, medyo nakabawi siya ngayon. Now, when it comes to style, tulad na nabanggit ko kanina, Saul Sanchez likes to fight in the pocket. Medyo gusto niya nasa harapan siya ng mga kalaban niya based on the previous fights na napanood ko sa kanya. Yan, lalo na yung kay Jason Maloney tsaka he was right in front of his opponents the entire time. So, it's going to be interesting how Janriel Casimero going to exploit that attitude ni Saul Sanchez sa boxing ring. Kung makikipagsabayan siya kay Janriel, mas mataas ang knockout rate ni Janriel, and confident sa knockout power niya si Janriel. Ngayon, titignan din naman natin kung madadala ba ni Janriel or magta-translate ba yung power niya from the lower weight classes to 122. Kasi one of the more legit 122 pounders tong si Saul Sanchez. Hindi siya pushover ha. Tandaan natin si Saul Sanchez, lumaban yan for a WBO belt against Jason Maloney. So top caliber, 122 pounder. So hindi to tune up fight para kay Janriel. Tulad nga rin nung sinabi ko nga nung nag-uusap kami ni Coach Jason, di ba? We all agreed na make or break fight to for Tata. Kasi, di ba, it's either i-validate mo yung sinasabi ng mga supporters mo or i-validate mo kung ano yung sinasabi ng mga haters mo. So, it's going to be a very interesting, at the same time, exciting fight come October 13. Based dun sa mga recent posts, we're witnessing a slimmer version of Janriel Casimero. He is slowly slimming down to fight weight. So dun ko rin nakikita na, okay, maganda yung pacing, hindi siya nagmamadali. I saw some posts before and yan yung iba nga sinisend sa akin na parang lakalaka ng tiyan ni Janriel, lakalaka ng braso, lakalaka ng sabi ko. Pero syempre pagdating nga rin ng fight camp, ngayon nakikita natin medyo nawawala na yung taba, di ba? Lumiliit na yung tiyan, lumalabas na paunti-unti yung abs. Still not in fight form, still not in, competition form. Pero, I mean, at the making of this video, we're at August. So, he has a full month during September, and then he's gonna fight second week of October. Plenty of time to hone the skills. I just hope na they get the right people and ayan, maganda yung camp niya para maganda yung performance niya. So kayo ngayon, mga kaibigan natin at mga kapatid sa boxing, sa tingin nyo ba? Okay, sinong mananalo? Saul Sanchez or John Riel Casimero? Let me know in the comments and please follow me on Facebook, Coach Franco Rolyoda. I'm also on Instagram and TikTok. Plus, ito rin naman, subscribe kayo sa YouTube channel. Abangan natin kung anong mga susunod na kabanata and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.